You did that in the preseason. How do you build that? How do you carry that into the season?
I feel like play recognition. Just guys already know what they're doing on the first play. That's the best way of you getting a fast start, probably getting 7 points, let alone 3 points, and so forth and so far.
George, your name comes up a lot in national media talking about breakout players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you pay much attention, and what do you think your potential is for this year?
I don't really pay too much attention to it, to be honest. I'll be playing Madden, bro, so like I don't really pay too much attention to it, but I for sure see it. I for sure people saying that, but I just keep working.
What do you think about your Madden rating then? If you say you're playing Madden?
Yeah, that's a little too low, way too low. I'm an 80, bro. I'm supposed to be like an 89, 90 at least.
How do you get your rating higher? How does that process work?
It's kind of hard. I mean, you can over the season. If the Madden rating guy comes out and wants to, test you and boost your ratings, that's probably the best chance you're gonna have. But besides that, I'm stuck at an 80. Probably.
How many targets does George Pickens get per game on Madden?
Probably like 20 targets, bro. Yeah.
Do you play with do you use yourself on Madden, or do you play with other people?
I mostly play with other people just to flip it up so it won't just be automatic. But yeah, I use myself a lot. Like if I'm playing with the Steelers, I'm probably gonna throw it to me 99 times.
So you guys, what kind of year do you expect from yourself?
Really just a prolific year. Just making crazy catches, making regular catches, running good routes. Just an overall receiver. I feel like I was already that, but I just want to boost it another level.
Can that carry over from what we saw in the preseason? How does that carry over in the regular season?
Like I said, just composure from all of the guys. For me, for all of the guys to do their part, and for me to make those plays, try to carry it over. Everybody just gonna be composed and be prolific.
You seem kind of matter of fact about that. Is that your hope or your expectation?
My expectation for sure, but I don't want to give a pony a whole bunch of land and put him in a cage. So I don't want to make the guys feel like we got to do anything more than we had to do last year. It's really the same thing. It's always going to be football. So I just feel like we just got to come out there and play.
That sounded like a Tomlinism almost.
Yeah, that was like some Tomlinism.
George, when you make those one-handed catches and everybody starts yelling, use two hands, your teammates and stuff, how often does that happen? Are they always yelling at you?
That happened my whole life. Like in college, I would always make a one-hand catch, and Coach Smart would actually, that was more enticed back then in college. Use two hands, but Coach T just say routine plays routinely. So
Does that mean a one-handed catch is a routine play for you?
whatever is routine for that person, I feel like, yeah.
Do you guys need to have kind of two game plans or approaches as it relates to San Francisco, whether Bosa plays or not? Like, do you have to get it out a hell of a lot faster if Bosa's playing than if he isn't?
Yeah, for sure. That's like if TJ isn't playing and if he is. Because Bosa's a great player. We already know that. We're on there. We respect him. But we're not really watching if he plays or if he don't play.
You had a really good camp in preseason last year too, and then week one was kind of a slow start for you. How do you make sure that doesn't happen again?
Just really, like I said, composed. I feel like last year we wasn't, we're all new to it last year. First game, that's new. So I feel like this year is just going to be a lot more composure.
George, there's been just so many questions about the offense, about Kenny. How much are you looking forward to answering those questions with your performance on the field?
A lot. That's like one of my biggest things because I just want to show you guys. You see what I mean? I want to show you guys something different and show you guys the questions you guys are asking and try to prove it true to you guys. You see what I'm saying? So I like my play do the talking a lot.
Is that just you, or is that the whole team?
Me personally, for sure. I don't know about I ain't asked a lot of guys, but I'm pretty sure a lot of guys got that demeanor too.
How good is the Steelers' offense in Madden? How many points are you guys scoring?
When I'm playing with them?
Yeah, when you're playing with them.
50, 60. If anybody else playing with them, I'm not sure. But with me, yeah, we drop like 50, 60 almost every game.
What's the pony thing again?
No, it's a Tomlinism. One time thing. I can't say it twice.
You got to play when they tell you, but is there something that you particularly like about getting a challenge like this right out of the gate, this kind of offense?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. Obviously, they almost went to the Super Bowl last year, and so it's a good challenge out the gate. I think they're going to be pretty much healthy. This will be a good test for us earlier in the year.
What is job one against these guys?
I mean, they have so many good athletes. I think we just have to tackle. I think they have some really good guys that after they get the ball in the hands, they're really good, and they get down the field and they can score. They're really explosive, and so we have to do a good job of tackling.
And do you feel like it can be the type of game where you guys can reaffirm all the good feelings from the preseason, the good play, the camaraderie, the communication, go out there and put it on tape when it matters?
Yeah, I think that's the goal. Honestly, I'm not even thinking about preseason anymore. You know what I mean? That was like a different season that we went 3-0 in that, and now it's 0-0. And so we have to go back and try to execute. You know, and the important thing is going 1-0 this week.
Does this feel any different to you than last year, or is the start of the season the start of the season?
Yeah, start of the season. You know, you're still trying to find out your identity and what kind of team you have. And now you got the guys in the locker room that are going to be out there, and so we'll have to play 4 quarters, and we'll see how it all shakes out at the end of the day.
Other than the good tackling, what do you want that identity to be for this defense?
We'll find out. Tune in Sunday, I guess.
Thanks, man.
No doubt.
As an offense, do you feel like you guys need to prove anything after last year?
I feel like we just got to prove it to ourselves, really. If we want to be the team that we want to be, the team that we're capable of being, I think that this is no better test. You know, the Niners is, I don't know if they're ranked this year, obviously, the season started, but last year they were, what, 1 or 2 defense? I think much sure. They were 1? Yeah. Yeah, they were a pretty high-ranked defense. You know, they got good players. You know, obviously, you know, Bosa got his situation going on, but, you know, I feel confident he's going to be there. They got Fred, you got a safety. You got a whole good defensive front. They got a Hargreaves. I forgot to say it. Hargreaves. Yeah, you got him. They picked up. So they got a good defense. So there's no better competition than the 49ers.
Najee, we saw a lot of chunk plays from this offense, especially in the pass game in the preseason. How will that complement what you're doing running the ball if you're able to do that in the regular season as well?
Yeah, man, I think it'll help out a lot. I think we will rank, I don't know how much when stack boxes. So if we could make these big plays on the outside, these splash plays, hopefully teams won't pack the box so much. Then it could create more running rooms for us backs, and we can make more explosive plays.
How much have you guys focused on the details, taking care of the little things, this training camp, this preseason, versus even some of the other years that you've been doing?
I think that's one thing that stood out. Another thing that stood out a lot this year is the details, because a lot of times we'll watch film and it will be the details that we're missing. One small step this way, one false step, wrong footwork on this play, dirty eyes in run game, dirty eyes in pass game, certain things like that we'll look at, and it will be a tick off, and that tick in the NFL can mean a lot. So us focusing that, I know in particular Coach Falk, my running back coach, he particularly came to me and said, a lot of times that I wasn't detailed in my work last year. So that's one thing that I focused on a lot this year. Not only that, but it's a lot of guys in general.
Now, did you learn anything in your first 2 years that you think will really help you out?
I learned a lot. Yeah, I learned a lot. And to her point, it's a lot in the details. Me being more detailed in my work is one thing that stood out. A lot of times I'd always be, this much better than people. Always a high recruit, coming out of high school, always a high in college too. My last couple of years, I was always put in the spotlight. So a lot of times I didn't really felt like I had the need to work on certain things. Just me being as, and not like hard work, but like just, I felt like the small things wasn't as big because, it wasn't an issue for me. So, being in NFL, the more film you have out there on you as a player, the more detail other teams will be on you specifically. So, certain things you can't do because, they already have that already, something they talked about during the week, like how we're talking about them during the week, that's the certain things you do. So, watching the other backs in the NFL and how detailed they are in their work, that's something that stood out for me.
The details that you were mentioning, how much can you see if the work you're putting in is effective before the first regular season game, or is this the first chance that you have to see if all that work is paying off?
You talking about what I know?
Yeah, like the details, like film watching and stuff like that. Are there checkpoints throughout the preseason that you can say, okay, yep, this is working, I am getting better? Is the first regular
Well, that being that I really played preseason, it's just being in camp. Camp, certain tracks in the run game, when you press this much, as the linebacker comes over, the tackle or guard could late launch off to the backer, or you press long enough where the backer comes down and then you can help out your O-line. You press it long enough, you stick in, so the outside technique on the outside zone, he gets out of there, you vertical cut that. Pass protection when you don't have dirty eyes, as in looking at a guy that's not your protection, and you get on your route faster rather than you look at some guy who's not your protection, then they add on, creating more blitzes, creating more work for the O-line. Did I lose y'all there? Yeah. Did I lose y'all? Okay, yeah. So then stuff like that. I could break it down, but it'll be like a lot of nonsense if I say to y'all.
Can you be a little more detailed?
Yeah.
You mentioned O-line, but that relationship and being with 4/5 of them for all of last season, heading into this year, how much does that guys knowing each other and what you're strong on?
Yeah, I think I got 3 minutes.
Okay,
meetings.
this will be the last one.
I mean, all of us come back, or the guys come back is obviously good because they already got that bond. They already got that. You know, they hang out all the time at practice. You know, they know exactly what they need to do for this offense. You know, they are the heart of this offense. Without them, you know, we won't be who we are. So a lot of stuff rides on them, and they know that. And for all of them to have each other back, you know, I think that's good for them. You know, they have a lot of time bonding with each other, and that helps out a lot too. So, you know, we're ready, we're excited, and we can't wait for the first game.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Naj.
Thanks,
Oop.
Naj.